Okay, hey everybody. This is Dana Silvestri, and today I'm excited to interview one of my most recent successful clients, Juana. So, hey, Juana. Juana went from having fear and criticism on social media, not knowing marketing at all, and what actions to take in her coaching business, to going all in on business, on life, and having more confidence overall, and also learning social media skill sets and more. And that's what we're going to talk about today is her experience and our experience working together. So how are you, Juana?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome. So if you could just start out and just kind of introduce yourself.
So my name is Juana, and I've always wanted to learn how to have my own business, but I didn't know how or how to go about it. And I always had this fear of, okay, I want to learn how to market my business, but I don't know how. So um, Donna and I, we went over it. And because of this program, I was able to create my LLC. My mindset shifted better than what it was in the past. And I was able to create my online business. So I created my website, and that's something that I'm doing. And so now I'm in the process of coaching online businesses. So that's something that I didn't think I was going to be able to have within less than a year. So that's something amazing.
Exciting. Yeah. What would you say is like just kind of backing up a little bit? What was the big problem that you were dealing with before we actually started to work together?
Before, it was my fear of criticism. I was always afraid to put myself out there, even though I was always with my social medias in other people's businesses, but I was never on mine because I always feared, like, oh, what is this family member going to say? Like, but
Mm.
I have this career. Why are you going to do that? And then, Donna coached me to, like, don't worry about it. He's going to help walk me through it. And so I was able to do that. I was able to do lives and post videos, and I created my Facebook group page as well. So that's something that I'm glad that I did.
And that's huge. That's like a lot of fear of like, what will people think of me? Or maybe if I don't have a lot of results, like what if it doesn't work? And that's like the dream killer is the fear of criticism. So it's really is a mindset shift and something that could be worked on as well. And I'm happy that you were able to begin to post and um, do actually feel good about it in the process. And even now going forward, you can expand on that much more. Also, I'm curious, like, why did you choose to work with me specifically? There's a lot of coaches out there and a lot of different people. So, was there anything that you can remember that you're like, wow, he's my coach because of this, or I want to figure out how to make this work for both of us? Was there any reason why you wanted to work with me?
That one thing that really stood out to me is that once I went into the modules, he did step by step. Like, you just need a computer, internet, and time. Make yourself have time, and you're going to be able to do this. I love that he went step by step. So there's no excuses. The excuses you make. And that's something that I
Right.
learned for the past months when I was slacking it off. And that's another thing with Donna, is that he's there. Like, he's like, hey, come on, come on, come on, but in a good way. So that's another thing that I like about Donna. He's serious about his work, and he does take it personal with his clients. So I really liked it about him.
Don't forget, Juana, it's Dana.
I pronounce it in Spanish.
You can say how you want. I like that kind
Dana.
of Dana. Um, Okay, so that's cool that you mentioned like the step by step and stuff like that. And I think in this industry too, it's hard to get access to people that are doing things at a high level. So um, I like that I'm able to share these experiences with my clients and be there for them and kind of take them by the hand, which is what I always wanted when I was growing my businesses the last few years as well. So you talked a little bit about your internal results. You also talked about how you like created a website, you registered your business and stuff. How was your results as far as let's go a little bit more into externally? So like on social media, you started posting more, you worked on your banner, you upgraded your profile so that people could be able to come to your page and have an idea of what you did. And this is a lot of people are missing this. So can you talk a little bit more about kind of those or some of those results that you had throughout the process?
So with the Facebook group, I didn't know that, back then you just did like a little caption and hashtags, but with Facebook group, there's a method, there's a step-by-step strategy that you have to do in order to actually get the clients that you need. And so that's something new that I did not know. So I'm glad I'm learning that, and I'm still learning. And setting up Facebook groups. That's something that I wasn't really a fond of, but I've learned from being in other Facebook groups that it does help a lot. Not only that, you build relationships with people, and you can actually build friends. You can build friendships like that too. So that's something that I didn't think it was gonna work, but it is working. And I'm seeing that other people's works also do some success in that as well. Let me see what else.
You
There was,
mentioned
go
like,
ahead.
sorry, but you mentioned like a lot of shifts in terms of you talked about criticism, right? So would you agree that like you have more confidence? Like the opposite of like fear of criticism is to know who you are, have confidence in your processes and whatnot. So would you say that you feel like more confident with yourself? And you also mentioned that you didn't even know if this would be something that you would ever do, and you're happy that you were able to do this coaching program work with me, and you also were able to even attend another event as well when
Yes,
these were kind of like maybe you were thinking limited before about not being able to do either, and then it turns out you were able to do both. So maybe
exactly.
you could speak about that a little bit.
So as you speak in your paradigm shift, so as my mindset was still in the process of learning about the law of attraction, so there was still fear, there was still blockages in me as I was learning. Like, okay, I had the fear of how am I going to pay this coaching? You know, I was like, I was thinking of how am I going to come up with the money? How am I going to do that? And so there was my dream that I wanted to go see. Can I say
Okay.
his name? I wanted to see Tony Robbins in person, but at the same time, I had Dana as coaching, and so I was like, how am I going to do this? But the moment you say how, that's where you put the blockage. So I stopped saying how and just do it. And I ended up doing both. So it was amazing. So it has to do with your paradigm shift. And that's something that Dana talks about in his program. So I really recommend it. It has helped me. And before, I wanted to focus a lot in art, and that's something I'm gonna work on next after I get this whole online coaching business, because now I know the sides of it and what to do. Excuse me. So it's very helpful to have these skills.
Yeah, and a lot of these carry over to any business or any so overall in life. The mindset, marketing, sales carries over to your art, it carries over to the coaching or anything that anyone's really doing. So
And
where
at first I didn't believe it.
you didn't believe what?
I didn't believe that it was possible to have that, because I was always in a mindset like, well no, I want to do marketing in this. And you're like, you can do it. It's the same. And it is true.
Right, which is huge too. So a lot of changing how you think in your mindset overall can help you get different results too. Um, so where would you be if, I know we kind of alluded to the where you were, but what if you didn't go join my coaching or you didn't go to the event and everything? And do you think you would be in the same spot? Do you think your life would be worse? Do you think it would be better? Where do you think you would be?
I think if I didn't take your program, I would still live in a limited mindset where, okay, this is my life. That's gonna be. There's my there's so many opportunities out there that I know the potentials that exist in the universe are out there, and I just need to tap into them by doing the work.
Hmm,
So that's something that I don't want to let go of that. I actually want to keep reaching towards it for more.
I love
So I'm
that.
glad I'm glad I took the call.
Yeah. And that's the truth. A lot of people don't know what this means, but there's infinite potentials. And when you observe a potential and you focus on it, you actually bring that into your reality. There's much more process in between then the thinking, the actions you take, success habits. But I truthfully believe that anybody can create anything that they believe they can with the proper actions and mentorship and investing into themselves, not just financially, but time and focus and energy into the right areas will help that expand. And we know about that to be true. Um, so thank you. So one more question. So imagine like someone's gonna watch this eventually, right? And maybe they were like you and they're like thinking about maybe I should chat with Dana about working together or learning more, but maybe they're hesitant. What would you say to them? What would you say to now knowing that you went through it and everything, and you've done what you've done, and you've made progress, what would you say to the Juana or the person watching that was like, maybe they're scared to jump on a call, maybe they don't think they have the money, maybe they don't have the time. What would you say?
I would say do it, just do it and go with it, because you'll suffer more by not taking action. I say do it. The money will come on its own. I don't know how. God works in amazing ways, and you won't regret it. Seriously. Like, you'll be a different person than what you started. As a matter of fact, record yourself at the beginning, and then at the end, record yourself and see how you changed.
Yeah, and not only a changed person, but a much better person overall,
Yeah.
and more fulfilled and loving yourself more and have more skill sets. And that's really how it works. Well, thank you, Juana, for sharing your transformation and inspiring the people that are going to watch. You actually, you're really good at that. You kind of inspired me too. I'm like ready to go too. I want to go take action after this, but I'm going to go eat. But if you're watching this, you have interest, you have curiosity, you have questions about like what it would look like to work together or anything about that, feel free to, you can check out my website, can check out my social media, but schedule a time to chat with me the next few days. We're going to discuss where you are, your goals, what's holding you back, and then how to make this happen. So thanks for watching, and thank you, Juana, for just working with you the time period that we worked together with, and having a lot of fun and having those discussions, and it was a lot of fun for me too. So thank you.
No, thank you.